Hi, my name is Sean Stone. I'm a photo editor at Wonderful Machine, and today I'm going to be looking at the website of Denver-based photographer and videographer Matt Trappe. Matt has come to me looking to make some changes to his portfolio, and he and I are going to be working on a new web edit for him. So let's get started looking at his portfolio. So he's using a Squarespace template, and it looks really good. I like the design. I like his logo. This is all very, very nicely put together. Matt is primarily shooting action, adventure, and fitness work right now, mostly revolving around running and specifically kind of ultra marathon, like really long distance running, which is something that he does himself in addition to photographing it. So that's kind of what he's become best known for, and he's recently been shooting for some larger clients like Discovery and Animal Planet and National Geographic, and he would like to keep expanding into the ultra marathon market while exploring other action, adventure, and lifestyle and fitness markets. So that's what he and I are going to be working on. So the first gallery that we come to is just called Portfolio, which is kind of an overview category. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm not a huge fan of overview categories. I think that I understand the inclination for a photographer to try to show a lot of things in not a lot of space, but it can often come across as disjointed, and it doesn't do you any favors if your brand doesn't appear coherent. And he's got some, this is all working together pretty well so far, but then we get into more some landscape work. If we go back, this is being a little bit slow right now. If we go back to the thumbnail view, you can see just the kind of, we've got like an automotive shot in here. It's just not coming together quite as smoothly as I think it could. And I'm going to recommend that we just stick to genre-based categories for the moment. Just trying something new and cleaning things up and consolidating things. And as far as consolidation goes, we can see when we click on his advertising link, he's got half a dozen client pieces that he's put together, which can work really well using different projects for your navigation. But in his case, I think that he's just showing so much, and some of it's a little bit repetitive, that we'd be better off showing genre-based categories and showing fewer categories. Then we get beyond his advertising section into race and expedition. And these are, again, these kind of ultra marathons that he participates in. But I think a lot of them, these can have a tendency to look more like event coverage than anything else, which is fine, and it's something that he's enjoyed doing. But it doesn't really show his aspirations as far as more editorial and commercial work goes. What we're going to do is try to select pictures that show his engagement and understanding of this sport, while showing a level of planning and production that makes him look as skilled and commercially relevant as possible. So that about does it for Matt. He and I are going to get to work on his new portfolio to try to make him look just as polished and commercial as possible, and I will show you the results of that here in just a second. Okay, it's been a couple of days, and Matt has very promptly made the changes to the edit that he and I discussed. So let's take a quick look at how I made these adjustments. Starting out, we've kept the design basically the same. We've got 5 categories, including film, which was one that we didn't touch, but these other 4 we'll take a quick look at. Starting with adventure. And the goal for a lot of these, for a lot of adventure work, you've got, activities that can sometimes just look similar, as far as, just people in the outdoors doing, a limited number of activities that generally fits the adventure genre. So a lot of the ways that we bring variety to these edits is by playing with scale, so going between these kinds of shots and making sure that everything is as commercially friendly as possible, using visible brands as often as possible. Then coming over to outdoor lifestyle, not a huge departure from the adventure work, but it's a little bit less about adrenaline, a little bit more of a casual feel, and a little bit more accessible without the feeling of wondering what kind of crazy people do this stuff. That's kind of the difference that I try to distinguish between adventure and outdoor lifestyle when working with somebody like Matt. And then we've kept a category of running because this is an important thing for him, and it's a very commercially viable sports and fitness kind of stuff. And finally, we've got a landscape category, which is a little bit smaller, but considering this is just sort of supplemental to the rest of what he does, I think that having a shorter gallery of this kind of thing, is appropriate. I am really happy with the results. I know that he's very happy as well, and I'm excited to see how his work develops in the future. So if you have any questions about your own edit, please feel free to reach out to me at Sean, Sean, at wonderfulmachine.com. And you can find lots of other examples of our work on our consulting page. Thank you for watching.